it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for November 19th through the 25th. So we are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. It will be coming on December 3rd. We're just leaving the new moon in Scorpio. Energies are very, very low. On a good note, Neptune is turning direct next week. And I really recommend that you check out my blog that I wrote about Mercury retrograde during this time. We're in the holiday season. The holidays are upon us. How will it affect your holidays? So you really should pay attention. There are a lot of little different things, nuances that the Mercury retrograde will have an effect on our holiday gift giving, gift purchasing, and our holiday travel. So you know what I always say about Mercury retrograde: rest, relax, and retreat. But how can you do that when you have to get together for holiday parties and the like? And I say rest, relax, retreat, and restore. You know, we're coming into the end of the year. You want to get yourself in really good physical, mental, and spiritual condition for this end of the year, so that when the new year strikes, you are ready to emerge like a new flower, brand new beginnings. So you decide, read the blog, check it out. So I have my little black magic bag. We'll see what the energy of the week is. And, oh, I like this. I like this. I think it really goes with the cards that I pulled. And it's wisdom. And what this is saying to me immediately, especially how it goes with the cards, is use your inner wisdom during this time. Not only this week, but during this holiday season, to balance everything out. You don't have to be rushing around and making sure everything is perfect. You want your body, mind, and spirit to be in balance. I think when we do that rest, relax, and retreat, it also helps us to restore wisdom within ourselves and to find a new path that we should be emerging on. I think the world is way too chaotic. There are too many demands on people, not only at work, but in the home. It's ridiculous. I think this is a really great time for all of us to figure out what is more important, what is the most important to you in your life, and then balance it out that way. So yes, wisdom. And I think if you do take the time to rest, relax, and retreat, you will definitely find some inner wisdom, you know, through meditation or spending time in nature, doing some self-nurturing, and really figuring out what is most important. That's where the wisdom will come in. Also, let's get started on our cards. Now, I've been feeling really wonky lately, and I think that's what prompted me to write the blog that I did. I have been feeling a huge energy shift. Thought to myself, it really feels like Mercury retrograde. Put my foot in my mouth a couple times this week, and sure enough, when I looked at the calendar, we're in the shadow. And that's kind of what my blog talks about. And that always says to me to rest, relax, and retreat, you know, go within. So I only wanted to pull one card today. And I'd have to be honest, just to be fair, another card fell out of the deck. So I kind of pushed that back into the deck because I only wanted to do one card. And then it prompted me to pull a back end card, because I will give you the 3 cards. It just seemed not final by just having these two cards. So anyway, I'm using my oldest deck that I have. I got this deck. It was given to me by my mother in 1975. I was 10 years old. It's the Rider-Waite deck. And the card that came out is the High Priestess. And I thought to myself, this goes perfect with the Mercury retrograde energy and also coming into the end of the year. So just looking at the symbolization, so you have this woman in these beautiful robes sitting on the throne. Behind her is a curtain donned with pomegranates. There are 7 of them. 7 is a divine number. And then you see these 2 pillars with lotus flowers on them. The B stands for Boaz, which is negation, like the nothing, almost kind of like 0 degrees. And we are going into 0 degrees Sagittarius this week on Wednesday. And then the J is Jackin, which is new beginnings. It's also balance, the dark and the light, the shadow and the light. You can see the crescent moon at her feet, and then on her head is the crown of Isis with the full moon. So she's illuminating the way for many. And she sits on this throne also holding scrolls that say Torah, T-O-R-A, and some people think that maybe it is the Hebrew Torah, and you just can't see the last letter, or it is an anagram of the word tarot, and you don't see the last letter because there are still things that are unseen and hidden. So when the High Priestess appears, she just says that you have to sit in contemplation and wait before making a decision. And you have to weigh the different options that you have before you can make a decision. Also, she is a listener. She will listen to your creative ideas. She is the keeper of creative ideas. So when you get this wonderful idea, you want it to incubate. She will hold it and incubate your idea while you juggle the possibilities of what could come from that idea. So this is definitely saying this is not a time where you're going to rush into action. There is a waiting period. And I think it goes perfectly with the Mercury retrograde, especially that's coming in at 29 degrees. So it talks about our feelings and action, but it equals an 11, which is also about our authenticity and integrity. And, you know, Mercury retrograde lasts about 3 weeks, but in my blog, I do talk about the pre and the post shadow. And I also give you a little bit of a guide and a calendar so that you could see how that plays out. Mercury retrograde really lasts about 5-6 weeks because you have 2 weeks on the front end and about 2 weeks on the back end of the retrograde. And, you know, this card is matching perfectly with this, saying that we should not be making any big decisions until after the new year. That's what I'm getting for her. Now, the card that had fallen out of the deck that I shoved back in, it spoke to me immediately, and it actually fell out before I chose this High Priestess card, and I reshuffled the deck, and then when I did the spread, I saw the High Priestess because she kind of fell out, and I shoved them both back in, reshuffled, and then she's the one that got picked. So that within itself really said to me that she needed to come forth. But this card, the Four of Swords, is all about respite and retreat. We need a really good rest, and this Mercury retrograde is lining up perfectly with these cards. Not going to touch too much on that other than, I mean, you can see he looks like he's dead, but he's really just taking a very good nap. And you know I love my naps. All right, so then for the end of the week, this goes perfectly with Neptune going direct towards the end of the week, and it is the Death card. However, what this says to me is big changes are coming. Huge changes are coming. It's time to let a lot of things go. A lot of things are going to be going on their own. So you may not even have a choice in that matter. But this is saying this is a really good time to figure out what no longer serves a purpose in your life. We're coming into a new year. And, you know, everybody loves to make big changes when the new year comes. You want to reassess your health. You want to reassess your relationships. You want to reassess your career, the money that you're making or the lack of money that you're making. Take this Mercury retrograde from now all the way through the end of December and really think about the things in your life that need to change. The things that you need to put to bed and die or kill, say goodbye to. Because in some cases, you won't even get the choice. These things are going anyway. So that's what I have for you for this week. I hope I hit on everything. It is American Thanksgiving here in the United States. If you could only see what is behind this camera, I have food and pots and pans and Tupperware. Like I brought everything in like from storage, and I did my food shopping yesterday, and I've already started cooking. So the kitchen is like a crazy mess, but you only get to see the good stuff. I will be hosting Thanksgiving. I've been doing it for 30 years. And I think that's all I have for you. The one crazy thing I just want to say, I have been using something new. I love essential oils. And I forgot my crystal of the day. So I love essential oils. I have been using rosehip oil instead of commercial moisturizers like oil of Olay or rock retinol or a couple of other things. I use number 7 that you can get in Boots in the UK. I love number 7. But anyway, I've been using just straight rosehip oil, sometimes a little bit of coconut oil with my essential oils. And I am not wearing hardly any makeup. I can't even get over how good my skin looks in just 2 weeks. I use it every morning and I use it every night before I go to bed. And I can definitely in 2 weeks time see the results. So if you're looking, for something natural and holistic that will definitely reverse the signs of aging, give it a try. I think I spent $7.64 on pretty good size bottle of cold pressed pure organic rosehip oil. Put a couple drops on, rub it into my face. My crystal of the day, which you will see a beautiful picture in the blog, is garnet. And I'm using this not only for this week with the sun moving into Sagittarius because it's so fiery, but also for the Mercury retrograde. You'll see in my blog why. If you even just go to my blog to take a look at how beautiful this stone is, it was sitting on my coffee table, the sun was coming in the window, and it was hitting it just perfectly. I've never seen the stone look this beautiful before, and I was like, I have to take a picture of that. So, I know it's Sunday night, we have to get to bed to go to work tomorrow, so everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a time of year where we give thanks. You know I'm always grateful and appreciative to everybody that reads my blog, watches my videos, orders readings, checks me out on Facebook and Instagram. I'm grateful for all of you and all of your wisdom that you provide to me in your comments. So happy Thanksgiving, whether you live here in the United States or not, and have a great week. Bye.